Oh, yes. This episode of A Hero's Journey podcast is brought to you by JPS Computers out of Oregon. That's Jesse and Alex. They handle everything social media wise, website building. They do that for us, which is great. And then S&P Inc. Let them rebuild your confidence. They did that for me. They did that for my next guest, which is so cool. Here's the thing. Hero's Journey podcast is just a reminder that each and every one of us wakes up the hero of our own story. We're the star of our own movie. You're the CEO of your own company. Whatever it is, you're running the show. And it's been a year journey for me doing this. It's like we're just over 50 episodes, like 53, 54.
53.
Somewhere. Yeah, okay. 53 episodes into this, and it went like that. And I've got messages from people reaching out that watch and listen and have been inspired by the guests that I have. And this next guest is actually, he's watched every episode. That's for sure. He's been a part of most of them, except for when we get into why he wasn't a part of the episodes. Today, I have the teacher. George is producing the show because,
What's up, people?
Yeah, the teacher's running the show with his new stash. He's got a new look this week. He said that's going away, right?
A lot cooler. I feel like the temperature around my face is it's pristine lately. You know, I haven't felt a breeze on my chin in a while.
That's awesome. Unless this next guest is swinging at you. Our next guest on a Hero's Journey podcast is my producer. Chase the Voice Gutierrez, everybody. What's up, buddy?
I'm doing all right, man. I'm feeling pretty good. It's always a little weird being on this side of the
You're in the
camera
hot
before.
seat right now.
Yeah. You know, I was kind of thinking about it. I'm like, you know, if I said that thing earlier about episode 53, then they're like, and George is behind the board.
Yeah.
What's going on right now?
What's up? It's been a journey. You know, a year ago, I sat down in this room and I knew what I wanted to do, but I didn't know, how I was going to do it. I'm learning from you guys, and you guys are all 24, 25 years old, and doing great things. You get to watch, we were just talking about this, you get to watch just about every episode of all these other podcasts that come through here. And the stuff that you learn, you got to be soaking in. There are times you're writing down notes at the end of our show and things that speak to you. But last year, this time, you come on as my producer.
About exactly like 50 weeks ago.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you said, hey, man, I really want to do your show, but I'm going to be gone for 7 weeks. And tell everybody why, because this was quite the journey.
Yeah. No, so it was like I had just engineered your Bryant Boone episode.
Yes.
You know? And I was like, oh, I really dig kind of like the genuine vibe of this show. I like these people. I want to engineer it. Except I definitely like not even like a couple days before, I had just auditioned for this program in Austria. I was going over to sing for like 7 weeks. I was going to sing with the orchestra. I was going to sing like all these concerts, like 12 concerts over that time. Learned so much, you know. And
you guys were locked down during COVID. You were still producing the show. And I remember this. And this has been, I mean, you and I, we both are S&P Inc., people. We are talking about motorcycles before the show because of, Red Rock Harley Davidson was a sponsor. You just took the class. What was that like, dude?
Dude, it was. I reaped a lot of benefits from doing your show.
Well, nothing like your other show that you're doing, where they got your guys like, yeah, I'll put $1,000 in the market for you.
We'll hold that though. We'll hold that. I guess he has an answer. We can talk about that. No, for real. Like, between Red Rock Harley Davidson and Daughters of the Road, shout out to those guys. Those gals.
Yeah.
Just being like, here's the new rider class, we'll foot it for you and you can go learn how to ride a bike. And now I'm like, I've got the bug, man. I'm just like, I need as soon as I get back, I'm looking for a new bike. Like, you know,
Dude, you were riding a lowrider S.
literally
like
like yesterday, like just to the store. I had no idea how much bike was in this bike. Okay.
Okay, let me tell you, lowrider S is like a $35,000 bike that you have a good friend. He
He's a cool guy.
lets you sit on the bike and ride that. That's a $35,000 bike. That's it's a 117 engine in a small frame, you know, and I treat you guys like you're my family. It's crazy. I look out for you guys. I want to make sure that each and every one of you guys, nobody's messing with you. Nobody's, you know, you guys are getting benefits of all the good stuff. And so here I am. You're like, let's go on a ride. And one of our buddies, Brian, offers up a Fat Boy. And I'm like, it's a 114. You know, it's too much engine right now. This is what I want you to do. You know, we'll go out on a ride. Looking out for you, and then you tell me you're on a lowrider S. And my heart, I was waiting for the other shoe to drop, like, and I only put it down, you know, it just tipped, or you know, it kind of got away from me.
Well, you know, my buddy was like, he's like, I did spend $27,000 on this bike, so just know that while you're riding it. And like, I wasn't gonna go like, you know, I was just going to put gas in the bike. You know, I wasn't gonna like, you know, go, you know, 120 down the highway or anything like that.
So let me ask, did you get out of second gear?
You know, I went third.
Okay.
You know, I went a good 45.
Okay.
You know, it's baby steps, Brian. It's
Fair
baby
enough.
steps.
I know, dude. Like when I started riding, I think I was like a NASCAR driver doing just lefts. So I was anywhere I could just turn a left. You know, I got to turn right up there. I'll do 3 of them. You know, 3 lefts until I go the right direction. Yeah, it took me a little while to you know, get that, but looking out for you. Yeah, I want you to go out on a ride with me. But the reason why is you went to Austria. You got to tell me about this experience last year, because we're going to get into what you're doing now. And you and I have had some moments, man. Like we've talked about music. We've talked about going after your dreams. We've talked about doing things because you're an opera singer. If you guys don't know that about Chase the voice is an opera singer.
Yeah.
And
you missed it in the other episodes where we mentioned
yeah,
it.
exactly. In all 50, I think
Exactly.
I think
Snuck it in there.
I think I talk about you even when you're not here. If George is running the show, I'm like, the voice is off doing something, you know, music wise, which is really cool. And
Yeah, man.
I encourage that. Like, I encourage you to go do those things. And you and I have had some really cool moments that I won't forget.
Yeah.
Because things I've done or whatever.
I won't forget. So after I went to Austria last time, I had auditioned for a couple agents and that kind of thing. And I got this just crazy offer. It's an open-ended offer. He was like, you know, we really like you here. We need low voices. That's kind of how it always is over there. The market's real nice for us. And he's like, we have a spot at the Vienna Conservatory, and we've got a spot at the Vienna Staatsoper. Open-ended, whenever you graduate, whenever you want to come over here.
Right.
Basically. And I was like, oh, so like, I just have nothing to lose ever at this point.
Right,
like, you know,
right.
no matter what, I could just, you know,
Yes.
I suppose as long as, you know, he doesn't die or something.
Right.
You know, I could go over there and do the thing, you know. And I remember like we were sitting there talking after one of your shows. I think it was after a Story So Far thing that we were
Yeah, we
recording
were
in Studio A.
with Elvis Monroe in Studio A. Correct.
Yeah. And, you know, we were talking about like, you know, money and all the things, you know, of following our dreams and that kind of thing. And like how I'm still here, which I believe in Sticky Paw Studios.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
great. Yeah.
You know, but because, you know, I want to retire my parents and that kind of thing. And you're like, you don't have to do that. Like they don't expect you to do that.
Nope.
You know? And I was like, I'm getting a little teary-eyed thinking about it right now. You know, I was it's like, I was getting choked up just in the engineer's seat transferring the stuff. And it's like, well, that's, you know, I appreciate that. I still want to retire my parents, but you know.
Yeah, and it's okay to want that. But the thing is, they don't expect you to do that. They want you to be the best you possibly can be. And any good parent is going to want that from you.
Yeah.
And so you don't need to walk around carrying that load and that pressure. You just have to worry about you. You need to be in the moment and have the best time you possibly can and enjoy this, because it's sad to say any one of us can walk outside here and anything can happen to us.
Yeah, it's true.
And you need to be living your best life. And you need to do it in a way that just makes you happy. And
Yeah.
it's not about money, and it's not about, your parents don't expect you to retire them. Your parents don't expect anything other than being able to walk into a theater and seeing you smiling and doing what you love to do. Walking in here at Sticky Paw Studios and seeing you be creative and help pull the creative out of other people. That's what they want to see.
Yeah.
That's what I want to see. I walk in here just to feel that energy and vibe that you guys throw out, and that someone who's a little lost in direction or whatever it is, you guys help them.
Yeah.
You point them, each and every one of you. And then watching you teach the interns, remembering that you were an intern,
Yeah.
that kind of stuff. And that's great, because I didn't remember our conversation. I didn't remember what it was, because we've had so many.
For real.
But I'm happy that stuck with you, because I spent a lot of time in my 20s wanting to do for my parents. My parents are young, and I applied that pressure on myself to be successful enough to be able to take care of them. I did have them come here and live with me for 6 years until my brother got sick.
Yeah.
And where they didn't have to worry about anything, they had a room, they could go off. I took them to red carpet events. I let my dad drive Lamborghinis, Ferraris, NASCAR, all the things that were offered to me. I would say, hey, can I just take the photos and my dad do it? Are you okay with that? And they were. And so, and walk a red carpet with my mom, and do those kinds of things. I'm not paying their bills. I don't have all that, but I'm living that. So what I'm doing is I'm just imparting that thing on you, not to apply that pressure. Just go to Austria, be in the moment. Know that you can't do that just being a student. You have a gift. This gift is allowing you to do what you love to do. And who knows what will happen after that?
Yeah.
Who knows what it'll find? So just continue to do those things, and you'll be happy.
I've noticed that it's a lot simpler in life to be happy than just having all the things that you want. It's like especially like in regards to like the relationship I have with my parents and that kind of thing. Where like I've realized that I think my mom would be very happy if I just graduated. Like,
right.
And my dad, like he loves adventure as much as I do. Like, so just like like the little Harley Davidson ride, or like just going on a hike every once in a while. My dad's all about it. I think that brings a lot of joy to his heart.
Think about getting to go ride with your grandpa, even.
Oh, man.
Who
he wants to ride again so badly. When he heard I was taking this class, he was so stoked and also so scared.
Really? Yes,
Oh, yeah.
exactly.
My grandpa was run over like 11 times on.
But he was
on his
a police
bike.
officer.
He was a motorcycle cop, so
Yeah.
he was on the bike like 30 hours a week more than
Right.
everybody else ever is. You
Right.
know, so like it's just the way it is. you know?
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, but like I don't know if I would love to ride with my grandpa again. I don't know that his ankles could do it.
Right, but
You know?
just the idea that it's one of those things. He could be on a
A trike.
Exactly.
I'm trying to the
you
instructors.
can rent one.
The instructors that were teaching me at the Harley Davidson class, they worked with my grandpa for like 20, 30 years.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
So they're like, yeah, we golf with him every once in a while. I'm like, try to convince him to get a trike, because that would be so great to ride with him again.
Yeah.
And I know he wants it.
That's so cool.
Yeah, man.
So you're heading back to Austria right now.
This
This
week.
episode drops on Wednesday, and the very next day, so it would be tomorrow, which I'm applying that much pressure on you, because now you're not really ready.
We were just talking about this. It's like I haven't really had time to process that I'm leaving in
Yeah. And why?
3 days.
Why are you going back now?
So I'm going back. They really like the people at this program, the American Institute of Musical Studies, AIMS is what we call it.
Okay.
They loved me. Like my voice teacher is the husband of the general director of the entire program, and both of them they really love. I enjoyed like my conversations in the car rides with them there. I was learning a lot about like the opera business, stuff like that, and like I planted a couple seeds while I was over there. Okay,
That's what we do.
I was like, I would love to come back and just record some recitals and that kind of thing. And we could kind of work with some stuff. And I was working with their tech guy to build a mobile rig, like,
Right.
from the studio to like
So like what you do here, it's sticky paws,
Literally.
but audio as well. So.
I mean, because I'm just passionate about audio just as much as I am about singing, you know.
right.
And so where my worlds collide is where I can do live streams of these operas and of these concerts and that kind of thing. And I get the best of both worlds at that point, you know. I still get to be in the theater making it happen, and I get to be making my friends look good on stage.
Oh, it's awesome.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
Yeah. So what I'm going back to do is kind of like our trial run, okay?
Right.
So I'll still be singing on a bunch of concerts. I'll still be taking lessons, that kind of thing. I'll be doing a little bit less intensive schoolwork.
Right.
And I'll be doing a lot of all the little piano recitals and that kind of thing that we do. I'll be recording them.
Oh, how cool.
Yeah. So I'm still working out the data situation for that, but I think I'll probably be recording at least 10 concerts while I'm over there.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah, and then I've got a couple orchestra concerts that I've got my eyes set on for a couple of like the pieces that I want to sing with the orchestra. So it's gonna be a good time, Brian.
Good for you. So now, and this past like 2 weeks ago, I think you did 2 nights in opera, sold out in Vegas.
Unheard of in Las
Yeah.
Vegas. So we did La Traviata. That's Verdi's
Okay.
Traviata. Everyone knows a song or two from there.
Okay.
But they don't know that they know it.
Right.
You know, I'm not going to give examples. You can look it up.
He's not warmed up, everybody.
Yeah,
He's
exactly.
not warmed
You know.
up. So yeah.
No. So there's maybe one other show that I've been in Las Vegas that's an opera that has sold out like that, and that was Pirates of Penzance in like 2019, which is in English. Do you know what Super Summer Theater is?
Super. It sounds familiar.
Yeah, it's like over at Spring Mountain Ranch down in Red Rock.
Okay.
Yeah, it's super cool little theater. It's outdoors. You you go sit on the grass and you bring some beers and like it's a picnic and they have live theater.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So we did Pirates of Penzance over there. That was like my first time like really like figuring out how to act on stage. Because I remember I had this moment maybe a year before in this opera with this guy Adelmo, which this guy is like, he's like my opera dad.
Okay.
You know, okay. I was like 18 at the time in this show. And they're like, yeah, we just need you to do something else for this part. And I watched this guy. He dives, like dolphin dives across the stage, lands on his belly, and like starts like bowing to the sisters, whatever in the show. And I was 18-year-old me standing in line with the chorus was like, you can just do that like on stage? That's like something you're allowed to do? So my next show was Pirates of Penzance. It's a comedy. It's like, you know, over the top. And I just like let the beast unleash on this show, you know, and everyone in the show was like, oh my God, I could see from the audience. I loved it, you know, and they're like 500 feet away, you know, and
I've seen you do things like that in Austria with the clips. I would ask you to send me clips and you can hear the crowd laughing. Not being afraid of looking goofy or silly or anything, but really being in the moment.
Well,
and like no one's there.
It's
and
so
that's
much
what's really
fun.
cool.
Life's too short not to just like, you know, put your whole being into it on stage, you know?
Exactly.
And like, I'm kind of like a timid guy, you know, somewhat like off stage. So
Right.
it's like, it's my moment to like really just like put on all of my charisma into that one moment, you know?
I love it.
And like, you know, whatever nerves I have going on stage or anything like that, it's like, it's kind of weird. It's like I like step on stage and like I almost like see all the nerves just like flow into the stage, and I'm just like, here I am. I'm the most vulnerable I'll ever be is on stage.
Yeah,
right?
I agree. I say that I step out on stage and it's like here I'm bearing my soul, and I might as well be naked, you know, because here I am. This is for. You can judge me within the first 30 seconds.
I mean, absolutely. And like as singers, it's like especially personal, you know, because like your voice is your voice.
Yeah.
You can't change that.
No.
You can try to change it, but you won't be successful.
Right.
You'll hurt yourself.
Yeah. It's working with what you have. You know, it's kind of like George's beard over there. You know, he shaves it into a stash, and then, you know, what's it going to be next?
It's going to be a lot of picking up the ladies. That's what this does.
I love the stat. You know, Top Gun came out, and suddenly all of us had mustaches.
Oh,
Which I would just like to say that I had a mustache, just the stash, before Top Gun came out.
Oh, okay,
You know?
okay.
And then it came out, and then I grew back the goatee. You know,
I don't like this.
you don't like
Too
this?
many people look like me.
Oh,
For real,
that's-
man. You know, the stash is a great look, though. I'm glad it came back.
Well,
you know?
I'm just waiting for George to, bust out what porn he's actually going to be in with the porn 70s
Straight
stash.
vintage.
Yeah,
Straight vintage.
exactly.
Like, I want heavy filtered. Like, I don't want this shit to look like from this century.
Yeah. We'll actually we'll be recording it on what's the film camera, like Super 8 film cameras. You know, like,
Fuck yeah.
with the winder.
Yep. Some intense
awesome.
porno music in the back.
Yeah, exactly.
That never goes down in volume.
I love it. Live band though, it'll be good.
Yeah, live band. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So after Austria, what are you seeing yourself do? Because when do you graduate?
That's a great question, Brian.
Yeah?
Yeah. I mean, I've been trying to graduate for at least 5 years now.
Okay.
I don't really know how long it's been. I've been in like a unique position at UNLV, right? Where for the past the whole time I've been there, really, I've been one of the only low male voices that would be in the operas and that kind of thing.
Okay.
So I was just like, the School of Music was using me, man. They were like, oh, so you can do this ensemble and this ensemble and this opera and oh, can you sing on this, by the way? You know, so like I had no time to like do my schoolwork. I mean, I probably could, but
Right.
you know, I'd be
Then
sleeping
I'm
2
sending
hours
you
a day.
clips and
Yeah,
things
right,
I need you to do, along with the 12 other shows that you produce.
For real, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like, it's really great for my resume, right? Like, I've got probably more performance experience than most of my colleagues, you know? I'm really like at a young professional level as far as, you know, singing opera goes, but I still have not fucking graduated.
How do you pay for that then?
You know, well, loans.
Really?
Yeah, and I mean, since the pandemic, I started getting Pell Grant, which has been really
Okay.
amazingly helpful. You know, but I mean, shout out to the government for the loans, I guess.
I'm just curious. I've never
Yeah.
asked you this off camera. I just
Yeah,
you
and
know,
then you know, of course, the studio helps, you know, subsidize all that. You know, so I try to. I mean, I say that like I do nothing like half-ass. Everything that I do, I'm putting everything that I could possibly do into it at one point or whenever I'm doing it.
That's
Living in
amazing.
the moment as best I can, really. You know, so like it's super draining to do everything,
right.
but I do my best to do everything. You know, which may be to a fault of mine, but like
It's okay.
yeah,
You're young, man. You got to figure this out, and you figure out your space, and then when you get used to that, you'll dive into something else that's a little scary, and you figure that out. Just like going back to Austria.
For real,
Like
man.
last year, you were terrified. This time, you're nervous because you volunteered yourself to do something that you're hoping you can do when you get out there.
Yeah, exactly.
And you
It's like-
accomplish it, and you get it done.
It's like, okay, what's gonna go wrong as soon as I set up
Exactly.
the first thing? You know,
It's gonna be okay. You're gonna be great.
Yeah, but what I'm, frankly, and this is like it's pretty good that this is the thing that I'm worried about the most. The thing I'm worried about the most is just getting on the right planes to get out there.
Oh.
Which, I mean, I guess they won't let me on the wrong planes, right? But like, you
Exactly. Just
know, yeah, this is my first.
don't oversleep. Don't
Yeah.
fall asleep in a chair waiting for that stuff happens.
This is my first time flying like really anywhere completely on my own.
Really?
Yeah, you know, at least last time I had a couple people who I study with and that kind of thing coming out with me.
Okay.
This time I'm like going to LAX by myself, and then going all the way to Vienna by myself, and then just working it out, man.
Dude, you got this. That's
Yeah.
that's what's going to be really cool. That experience right there is
Mm-hmm.
the adventure of the not knowing, but you're going to be great.
Yeah, I'm gonna
And-
tell you something kind of fun about this. Okay,
Please.
So the first 3 days, so I was already going over there for some classical music festival I was gonna sing on,
Okay.
and that was gonna be in like August 5th through August 17th, right? You know, like a week and a half, you know.
Right.
And so this whole Ames thing happened pretty much like last month, like last minute, maybe 2 months ago, last minute,
Right.
you know. Although I've been working on this deal since October. And so they hooked me up with my plane ticket and everything for the other festival. And they're like, well, can you just move your plane ticket back a month, you know? So I worked that out, except the only plane I could get on is 3 days earlier before I'm able to check into my room. So I've just been like trying to figure out where to get a room for this. So what I've been doing is I've been on Tinder in Vienna.
Shut up. Shut up. George, you let him do this?
I encouraged it.
Yeah. Well, look, it saves me like $400, man. Like,
Bro.
for 3 nights, that saves me $400. So I could just find, you know.
What do they call that? Parachuting or what?
It's called a homeless sexual. Well, in this case, he would be trying to, wine and dine him. I think homosexual is a little rough with it. You're trying to provide an experience, the American sorts.
Yeah, you know. And so,
no way you're really doing that. I want to know how this goes.
Dinner for 3 nights is a lot cheaper than a hotel for 3 nights.
Dude.
Am I wrong?
No,
I'm not wrong.
True,
you know?
but you've got to get to that point where past dinner you have somewhere to crash. Otherwise, you're like, this didn't go well. Oh, that park bench out there looks decent.
Well, you know, at the very least, it's a hostel, you know. But like, I've got one gal for 2 nights. You know, I've got it worked out already.
What?
And then I've got another like a backup.
I didn't teach you any of this. That's nothing I did. I had nothing to do with this. Wow.
You know, it's I'm living my sex opera and
sex opera?
Sex opera and rock and roll? Wait a minute. It's something like that life, you know? Not really sex, drugs, and opera. I don't know.
No. Wow. You didn't think, can I crash at your house, teach, or whatever?
I did. So I have a friend that lives over there.
Okay.
And he's already hosting my voice teacher here that's going over there. So,
okay.
So he's like, oh, no, you can't stay with me. I'm like, well, next best thing is, I find some company.
Wow. Right here in this spot, I need you to drop the photo that you use on Tinder. I want to know.
Okay, I can.
The Tinder in Austria, in this spot right here.
I'm making a big gesture so I remember it in the edit. Okay, I can do that. You know.
Wow.
Yeah.
So George says, I encouraged it.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know, my Tinder bio, it says, I'm just a hopeless romantic looking for someone's name to put in my heart tattoo. You know? Yeah. Gets them every time.
Wow.
That laugh, that is so maniacal.
Dude, I know. It's like Ray Liotta or something. You know, like, dude. Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay. So all of the listeners, this has to be a clip. We need to know what's going on when after the fact. Next week or so, I need some updates.
Yeah, I'll give you updates. Honestly, what'll probably turn out is like I'll probably say something kind of rough at dinner on accident, and then I'll be sleeping on a park bench.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. If you are on a park bench, I need FaceTime. This did not work out, and it's raining.
And it's raining, and it will be. Oh my god! So the first night I get to Austria, last time I was there, okay. We just get to Graz. We just like check into our dorms and that kind of thing, and we're like, we need to stay awake because we're so fucking jet lagged. You know, It's about 11 hours, 10 hours ahead over there, and so we're going to this Wurst, this hot dog cart, really. You know,
right.
And I grab a beer, grab a hot dog. We're chilling there with all these people that we just met like an hour ago, and then like it gets a little like windy suddenly. And the guy at the voice cart, he doesn't really speak too great of English, you know?
Okay.
And so we hear like this bell ringing, okay? And the guy at the voice cart's like, he Google Translates on his phone. And the Google Translate, he just shows us, it says, it's coming for us. And all of us are like,
into the world.
Yeah. I'm just like, it must be just like, translated badly. And then we just hear thunder, and then the craziest rainstorm I've ever been in my entire life. Just like the bell starts ringing, you see kind of people like start to like shuffle indoors and that kind of thing. And the rain is like almost horizontal sideways, just like smacking us in the face. We're running back to our dorm with our Wurst and our beer in our hands. And so that was my first Austrian experience. That was
wow.
Yeah. And like when I tell you, like, it was storming almost every day of the week there. And you know how we live in Las Vegas as singers, okay?
Right. Oh yeah.
We're just dealing with the dry weather all the time.
It's rough some days.
That's our handicap is being dry all the time.
And people smoking in venues and whatever. So,
Oh, and dust alone,
Exactly.
When I tell you, like, it was like when I got to this humid, place, there's moisture in the air. It was like I took off my weights and dropped them on the floor. Oh. For real. It was like it was like you guys thought you had an advantage on me, but like I've been singing in the desert this whole time.
Right.
And like, man, it was just that alone was like life changing. Like that's
awesome.
That's what I'm capable of.
Right.
I came back a better singer because I was singing at that capacity the whole time.
Right.
And so when I came back, it's like people heard my voice and were like, oh my gosh, this is like not the same Chase. There was this new depth, and I mean, I was a different person, really. Like, as far as I've experienced more and all these, so like my storytelling got better, and like.
I love that. I love that you said that. That's really cool.
Yeah,
that's really cool because that's what we're doing. That's what we do up there, and I saw that in you. I saw that in you when you left. You came back. You're a different person. You know what I love watching, and I'm going to put it on camera. Is I see you searching for your identity. And it's not that your identity is that you kind of just go with the flow. There are days you're wearing hippie clothes. There are days you look like a hipster. There are days that you look like, I don't know, like somebody slapped you with some Michael Jordans and, I don't know, like it.
Some days I just put on clothes and just roll with it.
But you have it's like you're searching for your thing, and it's fun to be a part of that and watch you mold. Like you brought your helmet in on the show, and it's both of us we have our tattooed heads now. Yeah. And I advised you on this. I remember the day you asked me, what should I get, and it's beautiful.
Yeah. It was on sale. I'm pretty proud of this guy.
It's amazing. But what I'm saying is just watching you, come into your own, and that's never going to change. Look at George. George, are you like almost like a year older than him?
No, age. I'm the youngest.
You're the youngest.
Wait, for real?
Out of the core four. Yeah.
How old are you? Wait.
I'm 24 right now.
Yeah, well, I'll say, but when's your birthday?
July 12th.
Oh, it's coming up.
I'm younger than you.
Yeah?
Yeah, mine's August 10th.
Chase is younger than.
Okay.
By a month.
Oh.
But you're going to, when I say this, you're going to be, there's this thing. You feel like, you're going to feel this age. You're going to find a space that's like, 27, 28, 29. And that's the way you're going to feel, right? And because I know you guys are always pushing, always trying to learn and stuff. And that's what's going to happen. It's just, it is. I still think I'm 29 years old.
Yeah.
And doing things and trying to figure out who I am constantly. And so it's fun to watch you do that. Like today, I wasn't shocked that he had a mustache.
Yeah, it's like
George has a mustache. George. Yeah. That's this week. And then the next week, somebody will come in and that inspires us. They're like, ooh, that's cool. That's cool. And then is that me? No, that's not me. But that was fun for a minute, and until you find your thing. I mean, you're all tatted up.
Yes, sir.
You're Harley, shaved your head, all these things that I've watched in the last year. It's been really cool. Now you're going on a trip, but now you're going out there, flying on your own. We're going to probably make a reel out of that little thing where we were talking about you.
Absolutely.
And that'll probably ruin it if this girl, one of them, sees it.
Well, I don't have them on the socials yet, so we're good. Just number and Tinder. So I don't want to get like too deep, just like out of nowhere, okay? But have you had a birthday while you were on tour or anything like that?
Yeah, I think I have.
Yeah.
You're having a birthday?
So my birthday last year was in Austria. My birthday this year will be in Austria.
Wow.
And like, do you remember like what it felt like, I mean, you had your bandmates with you for sure.
Right.
But like, do you remember what it felt like the first time you were on tour with, when you had your birthday? You're like, oh, like everyone that I know that even cares about this is like 6,000 miles away or 2,000 miles away, whatever it is. You know, like, so my birthday last year, okay, was easily like one of the worst days of my life.
Really?
Yeah, it was a really weird thing. It was like, and like generally it was a good day. You know, it's just like I had like this weird like realization moment of crystallization. I was on the top of this castle. Cool. We were drinking at this bar. And like, I was like, all right, well, you know, it was right around this time of this competition. I was like, I'm going to go back, you know, to the dorm and, you know, get some rest before this competition. And no one came with me. And I was, you know, and I had some people that I know there, like, you know, that kind of thing. And, you know, it sounds kind of dumb, but I was just like, you know, on my way down from this castle, I was like, here I am on, you know, and this is kind of selfish, on a day that's, you know, somewhat supposed to be about me, you know. Obviously it's not, but it's just
but it's your day.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's your day.
You know?
Go ahead.
And everyone who cares is thousands of miles away. I can't even call them on the phone right now
because everyone's asleep.
Everyone's
whatever.
Yeah, well, it's middle of the day there, really. But like, you know, it's just like, you know, no one wants to take an international call, and I don't blame them for that.
Right.
You know. And I was like halfway down this castle, and I was like looking over this beautiful city by myself, and I was like, I started to like cry a little bit. And I was like, just here I am, and I just, you know, continue walking home, and I don't think that was maybe one of the first days I've ever thought about, like, if I died right now, would anyone care?
We all love you, dude. And
I know.
Here's something I want you to know when you go out there and do this. I don't want to interrupt you. But this year, when you have your birthday, just know that you're getting to do what you love to do. Halfway around the world, you get to do something that none of us will even understand. You are chasing and getting to do exactly what you want to do. And that's what a birthday is, waking up and breathing.
Exactly.
That's a birthday.
And you know what tomorrow is? The exact same thing.
Exactly.
You know, and that's what I was kind of getting at. Is like, it's kind of, that was just like one perspective of looking at it. But like, you know, after to this point, and like I know I'm going back over there, it's like, what a stupid way to think.
Yeah, but
it's so ridiculous.
It's not, but because you reflected on it, you learned from it, and you knew that we all love you. You're getting to, you come back here and everybody cares and everyone cares about you. But we all knew you were off getting to do what you wanted to do, and you were chasing something that in a hero's journey, you were stepping into the unknown, and you're doing it again. You're going to be getting on a plane, and you shared something that you probably wouldn't share with anyone, and that is, oh, I'm flying on my own, you know, halfway across the world, you know, and but you have to do that. You have to do that to know that next time you can pull this off without, and you can help somebody else. And you're going out there, you're going to be almost mentoring in a way, other people. You're going to be recording them. You've done that here in this room. And I'm putting this on you too, because we're going to have some guests on A Hero's Journey while you're gone that are going to be playing guitar and singing, and you've set this up in such a way that, gosh, without you, I don't know what I'm going to do. But you know, we'll figure it out. Because I want you, and I told you that's what I told you that day, that, you know, gosh, I would hate to lose you off this show, but I want to see you succeed. I want to see you doing the things that you love to do. And then on your birthday, when is that?
August 10th.
August 10th. August 10th. All right. I'm going to put that in my phone.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
But just know that on your birthday, you're getting to do exactly what you want to be doing.
No, I mean, I couldn't agree more. Like, I call it my zest for life, right? Like, it's unrivaled right now. Like, there's been days recently where I've just been driving my car and I'll be blasting Meatloaf or something, you know? And I can't help but just sit here and smile and be like, I'm here right now.
Exactly.
You know? I get to I get to just drive to work and blast Meatloaf with the windows down, and I don't have to worry about my hair getting messed up because I'm bald. And like, you know,
awesome.
I come here and I don't hate what I do. Like, a lot of people can't say that.
No,
you know?
exactly.
And like this week I'm going to fucking Austria to do more of the shit that I love to do.
Exactly.
And
I'm proud of you.
Thank you. You know, it's like, look, a lot of people, they haven't even left their home city, you know?
Right.
And that's okay if that's what you want. But like,
push it, man.
There's so much to see and like so much to experience and so much to feel, you know? It's great. I love how I feel lately about all this.
Good.
I love how supportive everyone's being about it.
Good.
It's, you know, and you know, if I go out there and fail, that's okay too, because that's just part of life.
It's you're not failing, you're learning, and you're not going to fail. And you're going to go out there and you're going to figure out whatever happens. If this isn't working, you'll figure out how to get to the next thing and you'll make it work. I've watched you do that here, but you've had the comforts of, you know, having a support system. Now it's you and you got this.
Yep.
And you're not going out there and doing it in a time where, like last time, if you were asked to go to another country and, you know, do this, you'd be freaking out. But you've been there before. You're stepping into known territory, but, you know, now you're taking on something new, a new responsibility, but you're going to be great.
Yeah.
You're going to be great. And we're going to sit back and enjoy the stories. And when you get back, we'll talk about this. We'll do a follow-up on this episode.
Yeah.
But I'm really proud of you, man. I don't want to wrap this up, but we're going to.
We got another guest.
We got another guest.
We got work to do.
Exactly. You're going to be sitting behind the board. But, dude, I'm going to tell you right now, happy birthday. You're turning 25, right?
Yes, sir.
You're going to be turning 25 in Austria, of all places.
Second birthday in a row.
Exactly.
Yeah.
How cool is that?
It's super cool, and with a new outlook this time.
Okay. And I want videos. I
Sure.
want, just like last time, I want to know what's going on. I want to follow this journey. And I'm proud of. I said that 3-4 times now, but I am. I'm very proud of you, and thank you for being a part of Hero's Journey podcast.
I really appreciate that, brother.
Man.
It's my pleasure.
Seriously.
Yeah.
So my guest today, if you're listening, the Rock Rage Radio listeners out there, and everyone on YouTube, Spotify, please smash like, subscribe, all that good stuff. We got to grow these numbers, continue to grow these numbers, and hopefully this story today, Chase's journey, will follow that up. Touched you, you can connect in some way. Like I said, we all wake up the hero of our own story. Do something with it. S&P Inc., thank you so much to our sponsors, S&P Inc., JPS Computers out of Oregon, and Rock Rage Radio listeners, as they say, we are everywhere. My name is Brian Hopkins. This is a Hero's Journey podcast. Thank you so much to producer Chase for being our guest today, our special guest, and thank you to the teacher, George Carmona. What's up, buddy? Thank you, buddy.
Always been a pleasure, partner.
Yes,
all
sir.
Right. So we'll catch you next time.
And I believe it's coming around to me.